Welcome inside of my screen. Today I'm going to theme this Trader Talk episode Forex Mastery. Okay, so I'm going to be preaching about what it feels like and what it takes to master the art of Forex. Okay, how to remain calm in the storm and how to analyze the market from a perspective whereby you don't ever have to worry about what the market is going to do next because you know you're going to be right 9 out of 10 times. That's a very high strike rate. So without any further ado, I have AUD USD in front of me, but you guys already know the principle. You guys already know the drill. Before I continue with this video, you have to just do me one favor. Just go down there and smash the subscribe button right there, okay? And drop me a comment and tell me if you find this video helpful. Just say something in the comments, show some level of appreciation. Just say anything in the comment. Your comments mean a lot to me. I read them all the time, and this gives me an opportunity to interact with you guys. So very first thing, I'm going to give you 5 seconds right about now. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button, okay? 5, I'm waiting for you. 4, right there. 3, 2, 1, okay? And that's good. So I can see most of you have already done. I can't see it, but I'm hoping you guys have. And don't forget to put the bell icon on so that once I drop these kind of videos, which I do quite often, you guys be the first people to see them. This way you're not left behind on anything. And obviously don't forget to grab the Forex Mastery program. Now, enough of all of that. So back to the topic at hand, which is how to master this thing called Forex. Now, obviously, I won't be able to share everything with you guys because a lot of the information that I teach is proprietary to the Forex Mastery students. But on here, basically, judging from what has happened over the past 2 weeks, I'm going to share some really cool stuff that you guys might find really interesting, right? So the very first pair I like to kick off with is AUD USD, or Australian dollar US dollar, right? So you guys already know from my previous Trader Talk videos, I have been short this pair, and I've been short AUD USD for quite some time now, okay? I've been short AUD USD actually not from here, but from somewhere inside about here. So it's a breakout rate. So my short trades are somewhere about here, okay? Now, when we dropped all the way down to right about here, obviously we pulled back. Now, what tends to happen is the market will pull back into a cluster, okay? Now, this cluster is usually either a demand or supply region. Now, in this case, this is a supply region. Why is this a supply region? Because if you notice, there was a massive sell-off from here. So most of the time, obviously, you have to first of all understand that the overall move for AUD USD is for it to come to the bottom, which is here, okay? Which is here, and actually break into my overall target for this is 0.600, which is a round number. Now, this market is expected to travel all the way from here to here. But like I keep preaching to you guys, the market is not linear. It's not just going to go. Okay, as you can see, we've dropped all the way from the highs to the lows about here. A consolidation is very, very mandatory for this market to continue in its current direction. Now, this is the kind of market movement that I like to see because the very first thing is I will project. As you know, I will always come on higher time frames, as you can see, which is the weekly time frame. I will then project, based on the market movement. As you can see, the market is making lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low. This is an equal high, but kind of like obviously it's a lower low. This is an equal high, but as you can see, the market has already started to bleed to the downside. Now, my overall view of this market is for it to come all the way down here. So the very first approach, as you know, is to project over 1,000 pips into the future. In this case, my entries are just under 0.7 thousand all the way down to 0.6 thousand, which is all the way down here. So from zone to zone. So I have forecasted 1,000 pip drop. But the thing about the market is it doesn't just drop 1,000 pips overnight. Okay, the market is going to move and then go sideways before it continue moving in its original direction. Now, because I know this, first of all, I know that the market wants to come down, so all I'm thinking about is selling opportunity. So I have a sell position somewhere around here, and then the market drops down, and then it retraces. Now, I like these retracements because it gives me another opportunity to jump in. So as opposed to just taking only 1,000 pips throughout the whole move, I get to add an extra position. So if we drop all the way from my entries, which is somewhere about here, 0.67680, blah, blah, blah. So if we drop down, so you're looking all the way down to 0.6 thousand, you're looking at about another 750 pip drop. So if you add that to the existing 1,000 pip drop, you have 1,700 pips. So we're pushing almost 2,000 pips. And then hopefully we find another seller opportunity down here. So this is my approach. Okay, guys, listen, this is the art of Forex Mastery. I look for one pair that I know is going to trend based on what's happening on the higher time frame, and I stick to it. So I've seen what's happening on the higher time frame. It's going to drop 1,000 pips. So I then look for selling opportunities, and I know because I understand the principles of price action, which state that the market doesn't just drop, meaning that it will drop, curl. Within that consolidation period, I will find another trading setup. It will drop again, it will curl. So within a 1,000 pip drop, I can find 2 to 3 positions, if sometimes 4. This way, I'm not just taking home 1,000 pips, I'm taking home almost 3,000 pips. Okay, on one pair and one market movement. Okay, so what this does for me is I'm able to focus and concentrate on one pair, and I'm not jumping from various pairs to various pairs, although I might have them on my watch list and trade them from time to time. But when I see one that is juicy and is ready to go, I like to focus on it and concentrate on it over a period of time. Why? Because it is stress-free. I don't have to worry. I just need to keep adding positions and locking in my profit and allow the market to work for me. Now, that being said, I posted an analysis last week. I said that the market was going to run into the supply region, which is here, and then drop. So we did that, and then the market dropped. So I was already short inside here. Once I bounced off of this, I had a different strategy that I used to jump in here, and then obviously we started to come out all the way to the outside. Don't forget, stops must go above here. Stops must go significantly over to the next supply region, which is here. So now you have to understand that the market tried to drop here. We rallied all the way to the upside. Now, obviously, I knew that the drop wasn't going to happen because we're still testing here. We tried to drop again. The market smashed against the supply region. Now, this is where I thought, yes, indeed, we're good to go about here. So I checked the chart and the market was, very, very close to my first level target. Now, usually I like to take out my first target about here. And then at this point, here, once the market gets here, I would then move my stop losses to break even. Okay. So I'm like, I even tweeted about it, home run, we're good to go. And then for every time I open my chart, which is like once or twice a day, maybe once a day, I don't like to always check my charts, I noticed that the market was just playing around here and just refusing to drop, you get what I mean? And then I started to see a particular formation. I was just like, oh, fuck, Now, guys, there's something that's very interesting that I need to explain to you guys. If you're in a trade, okay, and for some strange reason, the market just doesn't want to continue dropping its original direction that's supposed to go. And for every time we try it, we're flinging, come now, and it just isn't happening. And then you start to see a mini head and shoulder pattern form. If you look, it's a left shoulder head, right? Once I saw this, I'm like, okay, this guy isn't actually ready to drop. So at this point, I knew two things are going to happen. We either have intentions of coming to test the outer point of this trend line and then drop, or we want to go and test the stop loss area. Yes, I had no doubt in me that the market was going to head in my direction. I was just like, oh, the market wants to go and test the stop loss region. So once we started to run back into this region, I already knew that was going to happen, because once the head and shoulder pattern forms within your trade, chances are that it wants to go and test this region, and it wants to go, because you have to understand, guys, think about it. I want you to think about this logically. This market wants to drop 1,000 pips. Do you really think that the market makers are just going to give up 1,000 pips like that? Never. It needs to shake out everybody shakeable. It will shake it out like this, shake away. Do you know the amount of confusion that happened within this region? Every day we're dropping and then we're going up. The amount of traders were buying and selling. And I saw so many analysis of people even telling me that AUD/USD is now bullish. Here they told me it was bullish, it was going to. I'm like, you guys don't understand how this market works. So a lot of buy, sell. So in this region that you can see here, it looks very simple and calm. And this is the thing when I think this is the challenge with back testing. When you're back testing, emotions are not involved. When you're trading in real time, that's exactly what you get to know. Do you know how many blown accounts are in this region? Right about here? This zone, this range. Because the market is up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's down. People are like, okay, it's time for us to go. And people are drawing all sorts of funny things, left, right, and center, and the trend line, counter trend. And it's just an absolute mess. But like I said, true Forex mastery is when you understand what exactly the market is really up to. Okay, when you understand what the market is really up to. And I wasn't really surprised that AUD/USD went for another push above. Why? Because at the time, the euro was very bullish. Now, when the euro/USD is bullish, other pairs associated with the dollar become bullish, because the euro/USD is DXY inverted. What that means is, if the euro/USD is going up, the dollar weakens. It is what it is. That's exactly how euro/USD works. So if euro/USD is going up, the dollar is going to weaken. And when there's a weak dollar, what happens? Obviously, Australian dollar against the US dollar is obviously going to gain strength, because this means AUD is gaining strength and USD is losing strength, right? So anytime euro/USD is going up, AUD/USD will follow suit, GBP/USD will follow suit, all the USD, SZD/USD will follow suit, and stuff like that. So that was part of the catalyst as to why we pushed all the way back into this region as well. And then CPI data came out. For the first time in my life, I'm seeing CPI actually make some major moves. I don't really listen to the news because it's all a distraction, and I also see traders who are constantly trading the news, and I'll leave that subject for another day. I need to address why news trading doesn't really work, but that's a discussion for another day, right? So with all these things happening, the euro/USD bullish, CPI coming out, terrible for the US dollar, it was only natural for AUD/USD to push all the way back up. Now, guys, I'm explaining to you now. This is a trade I am currently in. Now, this is when I say Forex mastery, I'm saying mastering your Forex psychology, okay, and understanding what exactly is happening. So in all of this, I was just chilling, because I just said to myself, as long as we sustain below this supply region, AUD/USD is going to drop. I don't care what happens. And for every time the market is pushing up, we smash back down. We test it again, we smash back down. We test it again, we've now smashed back down yet again. Honestly, I do believe this is the last. I think at this point, we've manipulated the market once, because this was the initial previous highs. We manipulated the market once, twice. It's going to drop, okay, without a doubt. But I'm just trying to explain to you guys the thought process, when the market isn't exactly acting the way you want it to act. Okay, so AUD/USD, ladies and gentlemen, is going to drop all the way to the downside. I have no doubt. Next level target is 0.65781. If you want, you can scale to a 1 hour time frame and look for potential selling opportunities for when this market is just going to drop all the way. It's going to tank. It's gone, guys. And then overall targets for AUD/USD, you know me, and I kept on telling people, I said, look, I'm going to stick with my rules. One guy was telling me, oh, blah 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 on Twitter, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, dude, I don't care what the market is doing. I will stick to my rules, because these rules have made me a lot of money. They've made me a very rich man. I fly private. I've got millions. I do whatever it is the hell I want to do. I'm able to sleep well at night, and I make so much money from the market. Why would you think that I would deviate from my rules? My rules have made me rich. And I said to him, as long as we sustain below this supply region, we're definitely going to come to this green bar. If we get to the green bar and the market decides to do something else, that's fine. But one thing I do know is, in order for this market to reverse, the markets don't reverse like this. Markets need to reverse on a double bottom. It's another thing. The market will need to reverse on a double bottom, and we haven't done that. No, we have not done that. The market hasn't come on. If the market wants to reverse, it will definitely let me know. So at least we'll come in here, and then whatever happens from here is fine. But trust me, guys, I do believe the market is going to drop, because the Euro/USD has put in the double top, and I'm going to be explaining that to you guys. So sorry I wasted too much time on AUD/USD. I just wanted to explain to you guys how the whole game goes. Okay, so sometimes the game is a bit rigged. The market is just going to trap everybody in here, take you up, take you down, blah blah blah. So I keep telling people, stay away from the charts, place 1 or 2 trades, and go hang out with your family and relax. So over to the next pair, which is the Euro/USD. Now, what's been happening? Now, the real reason why we've been having all this hocus pocus, all this smoky mirrors, all this buhaha yo-yo movement going on in the forex market is because of this guy. Now you have to understand that the Euro/USD has put in what seems to be like a very clear reversal pattern. Okay, so what has happened on the high time frame, you see how I go from high time frame all the way down to lower time frame. So what has happened is, if you just zoom out a bit, you will notice that obviously this is a very nice downtrend, but since this downtrend started all the way 1st of March, it started 1st of June last year. So since 1st of June last year, trust me, between June and all the way down into October, it's been a beautiful ride. Like, I've been selling Euro/USD, selling GBP/USD. So, in very quick succession, okay, in very quick succession, from 2021 all the way into 2020 till 2022, it was easy. Just sell. So this actually started 2021, which was the other not this last year, the year before that. So this market has been selling off for almost 2 years now. Almost 2 years. So for 2 whole years, and this is exactly why I'm not even going to lie to you, I've made a lot of money selling the Euro/USD. Fantastic returns, almost 140% last year we returned to our investors. Fantastic year. Okay. The reason, obviously, when the dollar is trending, in this case Euro/USD, it's always a lot easier for you to make money. Now, what's now happened is we came into parity. So this is parity. Okay, 1.00. We breached it a bit. Let me zoom in so that you guys can see. We came into parity, which was 1.00, which is about here, which is a round number. Although we breached it a bit, because here we breached it down here a bit, and then we started to bounce all the way to the upside. After every move, there must be a resultant move. It's only natural for this to happen. So once the market started to show signs of bullish momentum and all that, yes, I was like, all right, cool. I was expecting us to bounce off of here for a third touch of the trend line. That didn't happen, okay? So what the market then did was it broke out of this trend line. Simple and straightforward analysis. Break out of trend line, retest, make it high. We will pull back. In this case, we came and sat on the base of this. At the time, I wasn't paying attention to Euro/USD properly because I was still in a bearish mindset, okay? However, we came and we spun around. So this is a clear change of trend. Well, medium-term change of trend, okay? So as you can see, all you need is a daily candle. Look at this, a tweezer bottom. Bullish engulfing candle off of a major level. We're back in this zone. We're back in this bad boy. Like, we've broken back into this bad boy range, and we're here. That's exactly what's happening. And that's exactly what's bringing about all the change of trend across board, okay? All technical. Now, what we should have done, rather what I should have done, was I should have started looking for Euro/USD buy opportunities once I saw all of this was happening. This is a setup. This is something that I really always like to trade, but I was so focused on AUD/USD at the time that I wasn't really interested in trading this. Anyways, now really explain to you guys why, okay, we've changed. There's been a change in trend, but why has the change in trend not been smooth? Because it's been very choppy. Because today you're buying, tomorrow you're selling. If it was that obvious, if it was that smooth, everybody would have just bought and just been Euro/USD would have just been giving everybody fantastic profit. But it hasn't been that way. Why has that been the case? Simple, because the overall flow of this market is south. The overall flow of this market is south. Now, anytime there's a change in trend, or rather a medium-term change in trend, is never going to be smooth. It is never going to be smooth. Sorry, guys, I know I keep flipping between time frames, but it's never going to be smooth. And that's why you see it might just look like normal candles, but if I scale down to a 1 hour time frame, it's been a nightmare for traders, and I know it's been a nightmare. All this, you see all this, we're making. Take a look at this, guys, on the 1 hour time frame. So what you see here is a higher high, a higher low, a lower high, and a higher low. This doesn't make any sense. This is invalid when it comes to counting waves. Because if we have a higher high, we have a higher low. We should come and put in a higher high and put in a higher low to continue that trend, correct? Basic. But that doesn't happen. We come in and put in a lower high in an uptrend. So now people are not really, people are like, what's happening here? You know what I'm like, what's happening here? This market is just, or if you look close, it's even looking like a double top. Okay, maybe it's about time. And then what happens is people start selling here. Sales come down here and then the market takes all of them back to the upside, back to the top. Now, why was all of this happening? It's because there was still a lot of selling pressure on the euro. A lot. Because it takes a while for everybody to be on the same page and be like, okay, this market is actually changing trend. But I knew, you get what I'm saying? I wanted to shut this market all the way down here before we rally to the upside. But from a monthly time frame, I could tell that this guy was not a joke. This bullish engulfing candle, he wanted to fire all the way to the upside. So now what's the future for the euro? You asked me. Now, from what I can see very clearly, this green bar will really determine what's exactly going to happen next across board in forex periods. The euro USD sets the precedence, it sets the tone to everything. Because like I said, if you flip the euro, guys, I know this is very long, but like I said, this is forex mastery at its finest. This will set the precedence as to what is going to happen. Guys, once again, as you're watching this, if you haven't grabbed the forex mastery program, ensure to do so. You can see how I'm dissecting these bad boys down, I'm breaking it down, I'm explaining to you guys. The forex mastery program will help you understand this market better. Once again, the link is in the description. Ensure to get it, okay? Forex mastery students, so this is a breakout, retest, continuation to the upside. Now this green bar is like I said, is what is going to decide what happens next. Okay. Now from what I can see on a daily time frame, okay, we are sort of like having some form of a challenge about here. Okay, so like a cluster. Okay. Now two things. If this green bar holds, we will drop. It's going to be a breakdown because this will be officially and technically a double top. The euro needs to clear this region. If we can clear here, ladies and gentlemen, euro USD is a no-brainer. Next level target 1.4500. I'll just be using pullbacks into demand zones and banging it all the way to the upside. It will be so easy. Okay, it will be what? It will be so easy. Pull back into demand regions and bam, it's going to be so easy. But if we are unable to break here and we start pointing lower, we're going to crash all the way back down to 1.512. So this is pretty much the determinant factor. Okay, so I'm going to be giving it another week because I know Euro USD can never stay in one place. He's so impatient. He's always going to move. It's going to show his hand. So I would wait for this to tell me what exactly is going to happen next before I jump on the Euro USD. But the Euro USD is looking really nice. It looks clean. It looks clear. And it's time for me to start trading the Euro dollar once again. So that's Euro dollar in a nutshell, guys. I need to see confirmation. Are we going to break higher or come down here? All I need is one candle, bullish or bearish. If I see bearish all the way down into 1.0483, we might start selling. So if I just draw this trend line, if we break down here, we're going to start dropping. If we bounce from here to the upside, it's time to start buying. It's as simple as ABC. Simple entry strategies. Check the Forex Mastery program. Actually, I think I'm going to update it with the demand and supply thingy. I'm not sure yet. I'll look into that. So same thing for GBP USD as well. In a nutshell, GBP USD is simple and straightforward. We are currently testing the top of this triple top. For GBP USD, it's even looking a lot more certain that we're not going to go higher. You know why? I'll explain to you why. Why it's looking a lot more less likely for us to go higher. Okay, the weekly candle has pierced here, but from what I can see on a daily time frame, if I just delete this, from what I can see on a daily time frame, we're having difficulties at this very, very key resistance level about here. Very, 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 very deep issues going on with GBP USD about here. So if I come to the daily time frame, I'm going to look at this very, very strategically. Now, if we're unable to, this green bar is everything, like I keep saying to you guys. If we can break above, voila, fine, all well and good. If not, if this bad boy comes to take out this support zone, which is about here, okay? If I come to a 4-hour time frame, just explain this to you guys. I'm just going to adjust this. I need to go to monthly time because that looks too thick. Good. Make sure that the level is still the level. Me and all my niggas doing well though. Yep, that level was too thick. Sorry guys, I just want to simplify everything for you guys, okay? So this is what it looks like on the weekly. So I'm going to highlight this weekly highs. So I'm going to use a black thingy to highlight this area right about here, okay? You can see that pretty nicely. So just like Euro USD, we have two options. We can break out and just move all the way to the upside. You know, we have so much space to the upside, but the daily isn't looking really nice for GBP USD as we speak. We've rallied into weekly resistance, key weekly resistance, and we formed a double top on the daily time frame. Now, if this fails to hold, we're going to bleed all the way back down into 1.2100. Simple. It's not even rocket science because this is now officially a triple top. Okay, so just like Euro USD, Just like Euro USD, hold on guys, I need to draw the trend line in 2 ways just to make sure I'm accommodating everything fine. So just like Euro USD, we've come to very, very significant areas in the market. So this is really decidable. For GBP USD, I'm just watching it. We might fall off. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, so if I come to 4 hour time frame just to see what exactly is happening, the 4 hour time frame looks like a double top. That doesn't look friendly at all. If I were you, I'll map this out like so. If we're able to clear this region, next level target will be 1.12500. Take it from me. You head it here first on Dapo radio, and then we're going to come all the way down here. It's a no-brainer trade, okay? So that's GBP USD, okay? Now, over to gold. Gold is trying its best, but no way to way. As a matter of fact, there's nothing I really want to discuss on gold, because gold is just throwing forks at this point. Throwing forks. I'm not interested in that. Now, before I go, I wanted to go over oil and BTC, but let me see. Sorry, guys. I think I'm going to save oil for another day, because oil looks really juicy to me, okay? Very, very juicy to me. If this monthly candle closes like this, which let's leave oil for now. More confirmation, but we might rally all the way to the upside due to geopolitical factors. Oil is not just strictly technical, so you need to back it up with some geopolitical factors as well. So we'll leave oil for now. BTC, on the other hand, is my guy at the moment, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let me just delete this. BTC is most likely going to rally all the way to the upside, okay? I like what BTC is doing at the moment. I'm interested in BTC, highly interested in BTC. Sorry, guys. Next level target for BTC, 31,600. Guys, you know, I called all this, I did all this analysis before. We've come on here, we've breaking to the top. 31,618. If we are able to take that out, BTC might rally all the way into this bad boy, which is here, 47K. So once again, BTC is approaching a certain level of resistance, which is supply zone. I'm going to be watching this. Let's see if we can scale down to a lower time frame and potentially find buy opportunities. All right, cool. So I think BTC, we might be able to jump in some buy positions somewhere around here. So this is the next demand area about here. So yeah, BTC, we could easily lift off. Yeah. So this is a decent setup for BTC from 29,800 to 31K. I am bullish Bitcoin, highly bullish Bitcoin. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how the week unfolds. Once again, to quickly recap, this AUD USD is bearish. Can look for selling opportunities to drop this bad boy into here. We've done all the market manipulation that can be done. We're coming down here, okay? The euro, we're chilling. GBP USD, we're chilling. BTC is a buy once we pull into 29,800, okay? 29,800 will be a decent area to buy. Let's see, go down to 4 hour time frame. Yeah, so this is exactly where the demand zone kicks off. So let's see what the daily time frame is saying. Yeah, that's the daily demand level right there. Cool. So yeah, BTC into 31,681. Okay, that's going to be a nice buy. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with me to the very end. As you can see, I've taken my time to explain this to you guys, break it down. You have nothing to fear. It's all about top-down analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, next week I will break down BTC a bit more. I think I need to do like a very separate video for BTC. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. All right, guys, I love you guys very much. Take it easy, and I'll catch you guys on my other screen. Let's go. All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the very end of this very lengthy video. I hope I've been able to explain to you guys the true essence of forex mastery. Okay, very, very important, right? And I wish you guys a very peaceful and profitable week ahead. I'll catch you guys in my subsequent videos. Once again, if you haven't already grabbed the forex mastery program, the link is in the description as always. I'll catch you guys in my other videos. I love you guys very much. I love you guys very, very much. That's my time, Dapo Williams, and take it easy and peace out.